Now Nebraska with the 24-pin lead and working on 3 in a row. Cassie Leuthold, who on paper is the best bowler in the finals. The right-hander from Black Hawk, South Dakota. Left it low, 1 and 2 are up.
She got this ball between the first and the second arrow, gets it out there. Same thing like Natalie, misses the head pin to the right. That could be a key for the other team to be watching, that the lanes could be similar in the fact of keeping it around that second arrow. They've hit the pocket, getting it a little to the right. The ball has not made it up to the head pin.
So you're not only watching your lane, you're watching the other one, which is where you'll be in the next game. Spare shot is true for Cassie Leuthold. And now the anchor for the Jennies, Teresa Christopher, the sophomore out of Trenton, Michigan. Coach Ron Holmes says she cherishes the tough spots and the pressure of being the last one to bowl. Big swinger on the low side.
Definitely trying to play a little bit too deep too soon. She'll probably make an adjustment here on the spare and try to get a read to that head pin.
A deep breath as she'll stare down the 1-2-4. Picks it up for Central Missouri. Midway through the opener, best of 7, and the lead for the Huskers, the top seed, taking on the Jennies of Central Missouri for the national championship here at the Canton Super Bowl. More of Game 1 coming up. Welcome back to Super Bowl here in Canton, Michigan, and the 2009 NCAA Women's Bowling National Championship. The two-time champion Nebraska Huskers are the #1 seed, and the Central Missouri Jennies, the team that lost to the Huskers back in 04 and 05, they are the 6th seed, and they are looking to become the first D2 program to win an NCAA title. Divisions 1, 2, and 3 all competing together. And back to the top of the order, Kalina Henning. A little high.
Missing just a little bit left of her target. Ball snapping right through the nose, leaving the 3-10.
She picked up the spare in her first attempt back in the opening frame.
And the coaches are sitting right there on the side. And if you notice, when they're walking back, they're looking at the coach for feedback.
Well done by Henning. Three strikes the first time through the order for Nebraska. That's been the difference for them. And now Alyssa Surgis in the leadoff spot for the Jennies. They've got some work to do here. Down 23. 8 up. Surgis is the player Ron Holmes calls the calming influence on his team.
And that's probably why she's in the position she is. That leadoff position. Doesn't get, too overly emotional. Doesn't, not those peaks and valleys of high and low. So she's able to give the team what they need when they need it.
And she was good enough this year to be an honorable mention All-American in that leadoff spot. Now Jasmine Lagerman, she struck her first time up. Bill Straub calls her the best athlete on this Nebraska team. just a sophomore. 1-2 still standing. He was telling us last night one of the things they added this year was playing a lot of kickball. He didn't think they had the cardiovascular training on this year's team, and he said Lagerman is our Willie Mays of kickball.
Well, one thing you've definitely noticed over the years in collegiate bowling is the athleticism of the girls and their warm-up routine. The teams now, they do warm-ups before they get ready to bowl, stretching. We saw earlier today they were throwing the ball back and forth to each other, so it's definitely an athletic sport.
Now Kim Wallace, last year's Texas Prep Player of the Year.
Definitely Mr. Target on this shot. Got the ball way to the left. Doesn't make it up the hill. First split of the game. Or I should say washout with the head pin.
Just some work left here for Wallace.
She needs to hit to the right side of the head pin, shooting it over into the 7 pin.
And a substitution now for Ron Holmes. Jamie Mitchell, the senior from Pearland, Texas, will come on to shoot the spare shot. Switches over to the right-hander, Carolyn, instead of the lefty there to pick it up.
That was definitely a gutsy move. Either way, to make that, you have to hit to the right side of that head pin. She took the guess, made a good shot at it, and it paid off. Gave her a great read on the lane, too.
Stepping up cold to pick up the spare for her team. And now Danielle Vandermeer. And another split here for the Huskers. Strikes harder to come by the second time through here for the middle of this Nebraska order. And the Dutch junior national team, and now the last couple of seasons with their senior national team.
She's going to try to get that ball over to the left side of that 2 pin. Send it on over to the 10 pin.
First open frame of the match will allow Central Missouri to make things interesting.
With the strike here in the 8th frame, it definitely sets up the knife, makes the game just a little bit closer. Doesn't shut anybody out.
Scully. Clutch.
Left the ring 10 on her last shot. Looks like she made another perfect shot. This time, 10 pin went down.
The 25-point lead for the Huskers through 5 frames is disappearing. And now Valerie Calberry, who struck her first time. Back in the 4th frame. Responds.
Little foundation frame sets it up to where there could be a possibility of a shutout if Nebraska was finishing first, which they will be.
And now it's up to Cortez and Christopher here to get a big finish. Ten up.
Definitely play the lanes a little more direct on that shot. Ball hits half pocket and leaves a flat 10.
Spare picks it up for Natalie Cortez. So now Cassie Leuthold, the 10th frame. Lamar